Hi guys, when Tory MPs and their friends at GB News are not attacking asylum seekers and migrants, they are of course directing their fire at the disabled. Because as inequality continues to grow, it makes more sense to punch down than to punch up. So Esther McVey, the former Common Sense Minister, was on GB News complaining about people's mobility vehicles. Have a listen to this.
And this is the unfairness that people are saying, well, what is the point of me working however many hours a day, getting up early in the morning when I don't need to because next door they look like they're having a better lifestyle. By the way, they can change this car every 3 years. Anybody else would be keeping their car for a lot longer. It's also now the biggest in second-hand cars. So actually there's a bit of a scam going in the whole motor industry who are very happy to have these mobility cars going into the second-hand car market.
But once
as well.
again, it's not taxpayers who are paying for these cars.
Of course it is. They're paying for the benefits.
People are getting the benefits anyway. If they exchange it for a car with their own money, that's their money, not ours.
Shouldn't be. And it's enticing people to say that I need a car when they don't need to. It shouldn't have doubled since 2019.
The idea that people can live a life of Riley on benefits is a myth that has been debunked time and time again for decades.
No, I don't think you understand this benefit. You get this benefit whether you're in work or not. So you get it extra on top.
Do you think that people are living the life of Riley on benefits?
No, but in many cases people can live just as easily on benefits as people working hard actually on, working in a job. This is symbolic of a broader problem that you can live just as easily on benefits as many people on the minimum wage. That is not right.
We're talking about disabled people. Just keep that thought in your mind. Disabled people. And Esther McVey, I don't care about the other individuals because I think one of them is a political commentator and the other was an advisor. But Esther McVey is a Tory MP. She was a member of the previous government. She had a stupid role, but she was still a member of the government. And she's parroting this line that people are getting up in the morning and they're looking at somebody next door and saying that person is as well off as I am. And we're talking about somebody who's disabled. The Tories are now attacking the disabled, trying to turn people who are not disabled against the disabled, suggesting that, look at these people who are disabled, they're getting something for free. They're disabled. They're not able to move around like able-bodied people. And now the Tories are attacking them. I don't know what to say. When it comes to the mobility vehicles, this is a benefit that people receive. They can spend it on a vehicle or they can spend it on something else. When it comes to these, and you keep hearing these stories about BMWs and Audis and stuff like this, if they want to have a bigger car, they have to pay for it themselves. The benefit, and I keep falling into this trap as well, it's an entitlement. We should stop using the word benefit because benefit gives this impression that it's something extra. It's not something extra. It's something that people are entitled to. So the entitlement covers a mobility vehicle, but you have to decide whether you want to spend it on that or not. And if you want to have a bigger vehicle, then you have to pay the extra yourself. But what are we hearing from a Conservative MP? That people who are disabled are in some way better off or in some way lazy, because she's comparing, you're getting up doing a hard day's work and this person is in some way better. Look, and of course, ignoring the point that a lot of disabled people are working. They receive PIP in order to help them live their lives. It's a non-work benefit. Entitlement, a non-work entitlement. So whether people are working or not, they receive it. Why do they receive it? Because they're disabled. Is Esther McVey disabled? No, she's not. So she doesn't receive this benefit, this entitlement. What is wrong with her? Is she... I keep asking this question. Are these people stupid or are they just pretending to be stupid? Because one thing is saying stuff because it sounds cool, but this has a real impact on people's lives because the public are now being convinced that disabled people are gaming the system. Because it was thrown in here as well. Because the discussion here is about mobility vehicles. The discussion here is about allowing disabled people to be able to move around, to allow them to have a vehicle that suits their needs. How terrible has the discussion become where disabled people are now a target. And I know people who are disabled who'll be watching this saying, Max, this is not something new. This has been going on for a long time. We are the scapegoat. We don't have a voice in Parliament. We don't have a voice in the media. We're always told that we're the problem. In a society when more and more rich people are getting more and more rich. You know, you never hear GB News complaining about people avoiding to pay their taxes or people who are offloading their money into offshore bank accounts. Never hear about that. Never hear about very rich people wasting their money on trivial things. No, the focus is always on asylum seekers, migrants, ex-hotels housing these people, and now the disabled. The disabled are the problem. Not the tax avoiders, not the corrupt business owners, not people donating to political parties to sway public opinion and those parties. Those people are not the problem. No, the problem is somebody who has received support that they're entitled to and are spending that money on a vehicle that allows them to move around. It's disgraceful. One thing is these political commentators, they're looking for clicks and likes, but this is a Tory MP, a former member of the government, somebody who's supposed to be representing people in her constituency, and I can guarantee you there are people in her constituency who are disabled. Is she standing up for them? Of course not. She's throwing them under a bus. For what? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.